game. Money on my mind, head in the...
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and our focus is on the Lions' electric quarterback as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Lions and the Bears, all that and more, coming up next.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit.
Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But, boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game. And you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely. On first down, Callaway.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The numbers for him from a week ago, 7 catches, 96 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
And the Lions first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Off play action. Callaway finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Looking to throw on second down. Callaway.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Callaway. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
On second down, Buckley. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 if people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Right back to him on first down. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd.
Looking to throw. Callaway. And he slings one that's incomplete. They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
It's now third down and 9 yards.
Back to throw. Callaway. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Baker. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 14. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third.
Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw on second down. Callaway. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
A 2-yard pickup. Brings up 3rd.
From the gun on third down. Callaway. Hard throw, incomplete.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead.
All in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
On first down, Fields.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground.
Here's Fields.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And that is incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense. It's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Now Fields. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite work it in. And now it's fourth down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number one in the conference.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times. And
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
Fields throw there, complete to Mooney. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Well, this defense for the Lions, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here we go on 4th down, Fields. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
A first carry now. This is Williams. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Now it's Fields.
Flush to his right.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Fields.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. After 1 on EA Sports.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2.
Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Lions will take over.
I like the chutzpah there, right? They decided to go ahead and fake it and try and pick up a first down. But how about how they executed defensively and smothered that one? I know back from my time frame, Everyone has responsibilities, even rushing on a field goal attempt. You've got the tight end, you've got the wing back, you might have the guy out of the backfield. But they executed that well, really stuck to what they needed to do.
It wasn't just 11 guys trying to block it. They were ready, they got it done. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. Looking to throw on second down. Callaway. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Steps away to his left.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle they go. Buckley. And a solid run down inside the 30. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down now. Buckley. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this one too low. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Callaway. He finds his man. Complete. That's Baker. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Callaway. Flushed out right. Gets past one man. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for it, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. Is able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
On first down, Buckley. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now it's the first involvement on the ground for the backup running back. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. 7 yards there and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now we're first and 10 at the 11.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
The false start backs him up 5. First and 15.
Back to throw. Fields.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. To throw again on second down.
Fields.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Throwing on third down. Fields.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Bears have taken the lead.
Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet inbounds.
There's so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was capped by the touchdown pass to Nelson Aguilar. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Lions offense set to take over.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Callaway. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they got no chance to win this game.
The Lions on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Callaway. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is fielded at the 27. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They were losers last week to Carolina, but they've got the lead here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Roughing the passer, defense.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Levi Onwuzurike charging in and finishing off the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
To try again after the sack, Fields. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And his kick is indeed good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Time for another look at this Lions offense. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Callaway eluding the pressure right. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Callaway. He finds his man, complete. It's Baker. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Back to throw. Callaway throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this 1st half, and on 3rd down, he worked his way again. What a
Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, Callaway finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
To number 26. Out of bounds at the 19-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll find Reynolds over the middle. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find feeling the pressure here and taken down? A sack back at the 7. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Callaway.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And a happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there as we look ahead to 2 more games later today and then a full slate coming up this weekend. Good games galore in that Sunday lineup. We'll highlight the one going on in Atlanta. A big one for the Falcons as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And finally, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This taken in at the goal line.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Bears offense set to go to begin the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down.
Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
Yeah, this is great work by a quarterback here. He's doing anything he can to avoid taking a square hit. I admire the way he worked his way through the initial contact and then continued downfield for good yardage.
Here comes Mooney now on the jet sweep.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now a give running right is Montgomery. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Fields now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Yeah, on third down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
On second down, Buckley. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
That's a gain of 5.
Off the bootleg, Callaway. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
But we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play. But it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even offensive tackle to get out there. But most of the time, it's fellow wide receivers. And they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
Do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere. But the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments. Otherwise, you get the end result we just saw there.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A good gain on first. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
To throw is Fields.
He finds Aguilar over the middle. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 2nd and 8. Off the option, here's Montgomery.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. On 3rd down, Fields.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. The confidence that they have to let their tight end try to find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Back to throw. Fields. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
On first down, it's Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Looking to throw again on second down.
Fields.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown Bears!
Darnell Mooney.
From 21 yards away. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw on second down, Callaway. He finds his man, complete. That's Baker. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Callaway.
St. Brown making the catch on the out route.
Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
It's a pickup of 6.
On second down now, Buckley.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Carried by number 26. He's brought down at the 42-yard line.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The offense set to get going. Justin Fields bringing him out at quarterback.
And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Handoff comes to Montgomery, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 7.
The Bears on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And this will be a Bears first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Aiden Hutchinson on the tackle.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. A give. This is Montgomery.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And some room to work. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Hey, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Now Fields.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Aiden Hutchinson.
He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The Bears on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So out now come the Lions.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a 1st down.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Operating from the gun, Callaway. He finds his man, complete. It's Baker.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Number 87. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Callaway. That is caught. Josh Reynolds. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 16.
27 yards. That's good for the Lions. 1st down.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. Callaway throwing middle, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 18.
He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Fields on 3rd down.
Being chased, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Aiden Hutchinson
Able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Callaway. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 3rd and 2. Callaway. He finds his man, complete. It's Baker. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 39 yards. And the Lions are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that cuts this lead down to 13. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Chicago offense set to get started. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Montgomery running right. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and the lead will hold at 13. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Baker. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Chicago, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Cincinnati next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate food from all of the base. My A-spoon going, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm beyond Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. Extra the cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stocked my bare kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move, they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The Alpha and Omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the side by my city. You probably wouldn't make it, oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. Ain't no mileage of $4 configure the road I travel. Don't gravel, that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango, fingertips like I'm Thanos. Knocking doors down, no bangles. Without a Kango, tailor-made. Walk with a limp, them bands is heavy, I need a brace. I am money, I guess the world is just a safe combination needed, not a coca key. I'm the extra lighter on the dresser. I know you need it, smoking out the competition, pouring up, we undefeated. What you heard, let's heard, we eating, talking about extra with a splash, extra acting bad, pull it like parades on parades, extra with the slab, pay what it cost for the tab, extra with the band, young Crizzle King, better add extra on the. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra.
First off, let me talk my. Got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my. It's a bad soundtrack, read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew that they struggled to get it, that's why I wanted to get it. That embedded, you get it, treat it like the law. And I'ma need commission for this hit. Lance laid the canvas and I painted over it. I don't need a vision board to show you I'm betting on myself, count the chips. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest. Try to sink my ship like Titanic and leave me with Jack. Hope I be panicking, but I rose to the top. Isn't it funny that the is built like a Maserati, yoga folding like origami? What? I walk the walk. I talk the talk. I be saying what I want. When I had no deposit, closet was looking real bare. Now I made a deposit, my closet's looking super rare. Drove it really far. Crazy how did this happen, wishing on a star. It's a celebration, I ain't talking Mardi Gras. With a little patience, you'll be eating Budokan. What you want? What you want? Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest. Never let a manufacture stack like that. And if it getting toxic, tell the boy fall back. If it was back then, I'd be tripping off that. Took a little time just to get me on track. I went from snotty to snobby, got it like immune to everybody, this is stunt 101. Up in the club, throwing the 50s like hated to love it, I just can't get enough. Labels keep calling me, I said move if you call me please, or don't even bother me. They said oh my apology, they keep calling and calling. I keep stalling and stalling. Rookie of the year, my career snowballing. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. profit. That's my logic. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest.
God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that